Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Magic Bricks webinar series, our endeavor to trigger a buy and bring back consumer confidence in the real estate market. We have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of real estate industry. The topic of today's session is how can you benefit from a smart city? Our guest speaker today is Mr. B. Thanik. He's a Director, Segment Marketing and Business Development, Eco Building Schneider Electric India Private Limited. Thanik helps identify and drive several growth initiatives for the business and prepare a robust growth roadmap in expanding Schneider Electric solutions in the focus segment through understanding market requirements, trends, technologies, and customer insights and needs in the domains of intelligent building management solutions, lighting control automation, smart homes, network connectivity solutions, and other SE solutions. In his prior assignments, he has good strategic understanding of technology and industry business, experience in diverse business disciplines, knowledge and experience in smooth integration of acquired business, good understanding of market trends and market requirements, driving new solution, product management, general management, and involved in building strong relationship with key customers and industry consultants. Along with him, we also have E. Jayashree Kuru. She has been a business journalist for over 2 decades with the Times of India, the Economic Times, and the Financial Express. She forayed into research in 2002. She's a regular guest columnist with a number of established media, including the Times Group and others. Now we will start the session with the presentation by our experts. Over to you, Jayashree.
Thank you, Neha. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for logging into the Magic Bricks webinar series. The reason why we picked up smart homes and we brought Schneider Electric to discuss the topic with you is because smart cities as a whole have been in the news. As all of you know, the Government of India has announced the Smart Cities Ventures. The first 20 have been identified. There is a lot of work that's happening at the city levels to make sure that cities are intelligent and smart. Now, you as a citizen of the city needs to be smart and to be able to understand what the benefits are and also how you can replicate that in your own microcosm, which is your home. And Schneider Electric has been involved not only in creating smart homes, but they have been advising cities around the world on how to make the city smart, how to make an integrated grid out of various services so that the cities function more efficiently. And today, we would like Thanik to actually touch upon how using smart homes and intelligent technologies to make your home smart, the consumer, what are the tangible and intangible benefits that consumers can get? Over to you, Thanik.
Thank you, Jayashree, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just to reintroduce myself, I'm Thanik. I take care of the segment marketing and business development for Eco Buildings. As Jayashree said, today's topic is on the smart homes, and I will take you through some interesting data, technologies that will transform India in the next few years, the trends and drivers, brief on smart cities and our offers in that particular space of smart city, and cover quite a lot on the smart home solutions from Schneider Electric. With this background, let's look at some interesting data. By 2020, the number of connected people will be 4 billion, and the revenue opportunity will be roughly about 4 trillion. About 25 plus million apps and roughly 25 plus billion embedded and intelligent systems and about 50 trillion GBs of data. Let's look at the technologies that will be transforming India by 2025. Mobile internet users in India will move from 130 million to 700 million. Smartphone users in India will move from 60 million to 900 million. Potential number of connected devices in India will reach roughly between 2 to 10 billion. We looked at some data on why should cities become smart and resilient. By 2050, in less than 40 years from now, 70% of the world population will start living in cities. Cities have to face these bigger challenges: hectic expansions, unemployment, growing crime rates, overloaded infrastructures which will lead to congestions and blackouts. Environmental targets will be trusted upon to reduce pollution and manage scarcity of resources. And let's talk about our vision, specifically focusing on the smart city. For Schneider Electric, smart cities is about delivering urban efficiency through collaboration today. Cities need to become more efficient, more livable, more sustainable, which means better information sharing, increased control over systems in the city, higher quality of life for city residents, increased attractiveness to jobs and talent, and at the same time reducing carbon emission and optimizing the energy consumption and the savings through operational cost. Schneider Electric delivers urban efficiency today. We have the solutions. With a complete bottoms-up, hands-on approach, we completely provide integrated solutions through pragmatic integration capabilities, which involves operation technology and the information technologies. We make smart and resilient cities a reality today. We deliver urban efficiency today through these pillars that I've shown in the slide there. Through smart energy, through smart home, through smart mobility, through smart public services, through smart buildings, and through smart integration. Our topic today is going to be mainly focusing on smart homes under the smart buildings pillar. Let's look at some of the trends and drivers around the residential solutions. What is our solution all about? What does this mean to you as an end customer? Excuse me. Let's look at the trends and drivers around the residential solution. Let's talk about digitization. We live in a digital first world where digitization and its effects are now reaching into every corners of our lives. We belong to generation connected, and it doesn't matter if you're just 5 years old or 85-year-old. Technology is definitely reshaping our lives. Let's talk about urbanization. 46% of Indians will live in cities with more than 1 million people in 2025. 68 cities will be having people more than 1 million by 2025. There has never been such a large move of people from countryside to city. Middle class. This is the most emerging and powerful section of the society. According to BBC, India is estimated to have the biggest middle class population by 2030. There is going to be increasing crime rate, and access to home and remote management would be needed 24/7. So with all this data, what do we have in store for you from a smart home perspective? Your home is more than 4 walls. It's a living, breathing space, the sanctuary where your journey unfolds and evolves. A place for every mood and any occasion. Your home is full of life, love, laughter, family, friends, and fun. We help adapt your home to the rhythm of your life. Let's move on to the solutions that we have, a complete range of solutions for every need. We create technology that brings your home to life. We completely provide ingeniously designed solutions to enhance your life. Let's look at, from now onwards, I'll basically be walking you through the home. So first is the entrance, which is the welcome home scene that you see on your screen. The moment you walk through the front door, the AC turns on, the blinds open, the light switches on automatically. The lighting sensors which are installed adjust the brightness depending on the availability of natural light. So it's just not about automation, but it is also about energy saving. Let's move to the living room. What you see is an app that has come on your screen. The app can control your favorite lighting scene in home by simply one press on your smart device or a mobile device that you have. You can change the TV channel by a simple one touch on your smart device. Let's move on to the next slide, which talks about the movie theater or a family room transforming into a movie theater. By a single touch, lights dim, blinds close, the projectors and the screens descend, the DVD queues up automatically, and you can enjoy your movie. But there is more to scene control than merely just convenience. Choosing the right combination of lights and other function can actually help save energy and being sustainable over the long run. Let's move to the bedroom. The bedroom is safe haven. You start and end the day here. You would like to be as comfortable as it can be, and like everywhere else in the house. It helps you relax with a book or watching TV with complete peace of mind. And once you're done, you simply choose the goodnight scene on your smart device or a smartphone. The solution automatically activates the alarm, turns off lights, goes into standby mode. It's quite simple, safe, secure, and perfect. I'm going into the next slide, which talks about the morning scene. At preset time, the curtains open, turn off lights, turn off air conditioner automatically to wake you up in comfort environment. We now are talking about the security, which is an important feature of your home. This feature helps keep a track of life on other parts of the house by means of series of interconnected IP cameras and surveillance functions in your solutions. We move on to the next slide, which talks about saving energy and power monitoring. This is one of the most important and key feature of our solutions. Our solutions allows you to create different presets for different times of the day, like turning on TVs, turning on lights and off at the preset time. This will help save energy. The possibilities are endless. Saving energy is no longer about everything just off, but it's about optimizing electric usage to eliminate wastage. But the best of all, what you see is the gentleman looking at a dashboard, which is the power monitoring function that is in our solution, which gives a real-time visualization of power usage in real rupee terms of the power used in your home. It's a great reminder of energy habits. Let's now talk about the remote function. What we do here is, at the touch of a button on your smart device or your phone, you can actually control your home with mobile device sitting from anywhere, anytime. There's no need to worry about whether I have left something on at home. I'll have to just simply log into the network with my smart device and check if the air conditioner unit is left on. And if it's on, I put it off. So you can keep your home with you even when you're not at home. That's an important feature. Now we talk about the home control and door communication. Home control and door communication apps allow you to control all door communication functionalities. So I move to the next slide, which talks about the feel good and safe. You can actually see what's going on in your home. It's like actually being there even when you're not at home. Not only can you check on every room in your house, but you can actually interact with all the devices independently the same way you would do if you're actually at home. You simply turn it off remotely rather than wasting power until you get back to home and then turn it off. So our smart home solution puts you in charge of every room and device in your home. It helps you live comfortably and evolve around people. It adds a new dimension, being stylish, living well and eco-friendly, and state-of-the-art functionality that fits right into your lifestyle and most affordable. And we have got solutions starting from the entry up to a very complete, matured home automation solutions from us. Thank you, Jayshree.
Thank you, Tanik. That was truly interesting. A couple of things that I wanted to ask. How easy is it to maintain this home automation, to install and maintain?
Okay, you know Schneider Electric is a pioneer in the home automation, and there are solutions which are basically fit and forget in terms of the solutions. And the app that I was
Yeah.
talking to you is a simple app that gets mounted on any smart device that we have. It could be like, for example, in my home, I use an Android device. My wife uses an iOS device. This could be a scenario in anybody's house. So this particular app is very friendly. It can work on any operating system. So it doesn't
Okay.
force you that
And
if at all it's, yeah, go ahead, Jayshree.
do I need to be very technology savvy to use it?
Absolutely no. It is just like any other app that you use on your smart device. And it's completely
Okay. And
customizable
yeah, it's customizable
and user friendly.
user friendly. Okay. Now, suppose I have children, and when the children come home, do they need to? Can I predetermine what the temperature and that my microwave keeps their food warm and things like that? Can I do that using smart devices?
Absolutely, any device which is smart can be integrated to the system, and we can control it either sitting at home or sitting from your office or anywhere.
Is there a flip side to it? Is there something I should be careful about when I convert my home to a smart home?
See, this is a very good system where in case you do not want to use the system, there is a complete bypass mechanism that is available, which allows you to operate the way you would traditionally operate a home, functions and other functionalities
Okay.
of the device.
Now, what kind of costs are we talking about?
See, typically, I mean, of course, this is, I mean, we need to look at each of these solutions deeply and understand the solution and probably come out with a solution. But however, for an indicative purposes, for a two-bedroom house, a flat, typically this is for a multi-dwelling unit that I'm talking about, where you have got apartments ranging between 100 to 300 apartments. For a facility like that, for a two-bedroom typical home, if you have to control maybe three or four lighting controls, two ACs, one audio video, the solution should be anywhere between a lakh and 25,000 rupees.
And how much energy saving does this give me?
See, the main focus is on the comfort, convenience of the consumer there, and in the process, since you're managing it efficiently through the automation at preset times, preset conditions, when there is natural light, you do not want the lights to come on, or using the sensor, the brightness control can be adjusted. Thereby, you save energy by all these methodologies that you have used through the smart home. In terms of
Okay.
percentage,
Let's
it
go.
depends on the usage and other things. We can't really quantify it that way, but certainly it helps save energy.
But there will be tangible benefits, energy savings for the consumers.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. We'll go on to the queries that the consumers have been asking. I think many of them wanted to talk from the city perspective. So let's start from the macros and come down to the micros. Okay. There is Neha Jain from Mumbai who says, will smart city investments be a good option for property buyers? Essentially, if a city invests in making itself smart, as a property buyer in that city, do I get any tangible benefits?
Yes, certainly. I mean, as I talked about it in my earlier slide, which talks about, the cities will become more efficient. It will be
Yeah.
more livable because quality of life for city residents will be much, much better.
Yeah.
And obviously, the sustainable piece is something that I've talked about. You have lesser carbon emissions and more efficient buildings which consume less energy. So these are the benefits that they will tend to get.
Yeah, actually, I think I would like to tell our listeners that a smart city is one where most of the systems work. So in case it's not that there will not be any breakdowns or anything like that, but when a breakdown happens, the central system is able to monitor where the breakdown is, assess what the breakdown is, and fix it so that your life becomes easier. Therefore, when you're buying a property in a smart city, what really happens is you're buying it into a working city. The number of breakdowns you may not even notice because it gets fixed even before it happens. Am I right, Sunny? Yes.
Absolutely. On the screen, I've just put that particular pillars that would form a smart city. That talks about smart energy, smart mobility, smart water, smart public services. Of course, the buildings and the homes that we talked about.
Right. So if in your city you're finding that there are a certain percentage of lights, street lights that don't work at some point of time, in a smart city the chances of that happening comes down because the panel, the central control takes care of that, and that gets fixed as a routine. You don't have to wait for somebody to come and monitor whether a light is not working or not, and then to come and replace the bulb. It happens, a process is set in place, and it happens as a process.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's go on to the Prakash Meena from Mumbai says, does the transparency and smart planning included? Does it get included in budget 2015 for real estate and property business for smart cities for buying and selling? Essentially, what they're saying is that you're talking about smart cities, you're talking about smart planning and transparency, but will that also translate into a smart property business where people can buy and sell without getting jacked?
I probably would not be able to have a good answer to that, Jayshree.
Yeah. Okay, but Prakash, let me take this query a little bit and address it in whatever way I can. I think what really will happen is it's not that they will say, okay, let me put the whole property business into the smart mode. But what really happens is that your tax collections, the spends that the cities do, the allocations, and then how that allocation is used, all that goes into an automated system, and there is a system. So look at it like this. If there is a waste management master plan, if there is a property planning master plan, so that it is upfront and there for you to understand, many of the reasons why today you are not able to figure out what's happening is because there is no transparency in the system. You don't have access to the information that would have helped you make your choices. If you know that a project has 32 approvals and all 32 are already available with the developer, you know that that is a relatively safe project because you know that the approvals are already secured. But if the city does not put that up for you, then you don't know whether that developer has got all the approvals. You go and ask them, you rely on answers that are given to you. So a smart city is one that enables its citizens to live smart. It gives you all the tools. After that, using the tools is your job. So to that extent, yes, the property market will also benefit from city being smart. You have anything to add, Tanik?
No, that's perfectly covered, Jayshree. And I would encourage if there are any questions on the smart homes section would be a good help.
Yes, definitely. Let's try and get some smart homes. Yeah. There is Ankur Mehra from Chandigarh who says, how can smart cities improve the standard of living in India provided we do not have basic facilities in place in many cities? We will go to Vethanik. I think since smart city is such a big issue, that
Yes.
consumers do want to know about the smart cities, and you could probably relate that to the home so that they understand how the home and the city becomes a seamless entity.
Okay, if you look at the building blocks, we have seen that smart buildings and homes, you start with the homes, which is smarter, which I talked about, making it more connected and more efficient and easy to operate. Thereby, you get the smart homes, a series of homes in a particular city forms smart homes, and then it moves into the smart public services, like the public safety video surveillances of the city, emergency management, like for example, if in a city surveillance, if there is any untoward incidences or events happening, then there's a public address system which talks about where people need to go to safety. The digital city services like e-government, completely digitized education, which is aligned with that, and street lighting management, which Jayshree talked about. And also the smart water distribution and leak detections can eliminate wastages, can provide water at the right resources more efficiently. and also the smart energy, the smart grid automation and flexible distribution. That's more on the energy side. So these are some of these things. Some of these pillars will definitely contribute to the smart living there in this particular cities which has these kind of pillars built for the smart cities.
Okay. There is Saroj who has asked, if I buy a smart home, what kind of features should I expect, and how do I make an inventory and check that these are all delivered to me?
Okay, Saroj, smart homes, as I said in my presentation, that you can build anything into your smart home. It's unimaginable. You can build any kind of features into it. But just to get you the perspective, it's like how you design, how you ask for a UPS or an inverter that you need for your home. When an inverter is needed for your home, you generally say that I want to control 4 lights and one TV, couple of fans, and some probably few other equipments. And the backup I need is for 30 minutes or 1 hour is the kind of information that you give for designing an inverter. So the guy takes this information and says you need a 600 VA or a 1 kVA with this milliampere or this ampere hours of battery backup that you need for 1 hour. On the same lines, it's as simple as that. A person at home and woman at home will be able to decide what is the smart homes need. For example, you can clearly say that I need 3 lights or 4 lights in my living room to be automated. I would like 2 lights to be automated in my bedroom, master bedroom and the children room, and 2 air conditioners to be controlled or 3 air conditioners to be controlled. And I want the music system to be automated, controlled. Your door system can be controlled. Your safety system, your camera systems need to be monitored anytime, from your smart device. So you could decide on what you need, and accordingly, a solution is made, and these are customized and is given to you with this checklist saying that these were your requirements and these were the solutions and demonstrated to you, and also training is given to you. Therefore, you start using it more easily and frequently.
Right. So then it becomes a way of life at one point of time, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Is solar a part of smart home? One of our users wants to know.
So we do have a solution for solar panel under Schneider Electric, though it is from the other business unit of mine. We do have that, and we monitor the solar data as well. We have the panels supporting homes.
Right. Ketan wants to know, if I invest in smart homes today, will that be easy to sell if I plan to sell in the next 7 to 8 years? I believe technologies are changing every minute. What do you suggest?
Yes, it certainly does change, and the switches at home do not change so often. And these are all future technology based switches that we have, and these are all on there are a variety of platforms that Schneider Electric can offer. We have a wireless protocol, Zigbee protocol. We have a KNX protocol, which is a common platform that is available in the industry. Then we have a C-bus platform. There are a variety of platforms. So these are all future technology platforms, and they are definitely going to support. And the app is something that goes on getting updated frequently. So we update those app continuously. So that should not be a problem.
Okay, so clearly the message, Ketan, is that if technologies are changing, so does Schneider give you upgrades so that your technology will continue to be valid when you want to sell that property. There is Vaishali from Mumbai who says, what should the government do to spread more awareness among the masses about smart homes? Is it something that needs to be pushed by the government, or there's some other way of reaching it out to people?
Certainly, there is a lot of awareness drive coming in from the government, especially from the energy department, in terms of saying that setting certain levels that you should consume, and sooner that will become a reality in terms of driving that very extensively. That is one part, and the second part is that it's time for the builders, overall the prominent builders in the respective regions or locations, who talk about the benefits of a smart home. It's just not the convenience and comfort which we talked about, but it also talks about the sustainability and energy part of it. So if they could position this in an appropriate way that makes the consumer more responsible in terms of a citizen, is one way that we could make sure this particular concept gets embraced very nicely. The other way of doing it is that we educate the college children. I mean, especially the architectural students or the engineering students. We go to those colleges and jointly between the builder or the government body and the companies like us, if we do that education at that layer, at that level, and imbibe these benefits besides comfort, convenience, and safety, something that I contribute to the society, I think that will make a big difference, and it could be a good impact, and then the people will be more responsible and will be more committed to have these solutions at home. That's my thought.
Right. We've got Rajeshwar from Guwahati who's working with ONGC in Delhi. He wants to know that with a budget of 60 lakh, can he buy a smart home in Noida, and what kind of different features should he expect in a smart home as compared to usual apartments? Now, I'll add an addendum to this query. Are different cities at different stages of adoption of smart homes?
Absolutely no. I mean, this solution, even you can adapt it to an existing home today. You don't have to wait for your construction to happen and design a building with a smart home solution. Even for your existing facility, existing flat and apartment that you have, with minimal intervention, using our wireless solution that we have, we could still make that home automated. So not to worry.
So Rajeshwar, you can go ahead and buy whichever house is most convenient to you. You need another lakh and a half to invest in that house so that you can convert whichever house you like into a smart home. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, Jayashree.
Okay. There's Pooja from Vishakhapatnam who's again asking about budgets. How much budget is required to buy a smart home? How expensive is it? Please suggest. Now, Tanik, I think you need to take this question and answer seriously. What we've heard traditionally is that anything that is automated, anything that is smart, requires a higher capital investment. Now, as I understand, for a 2 BHK house, you are saying that retrofitting smartness is another lakh and a half, which really means that it should not be a substantially more expensive unit if the builder is already building it as a smart home. Is that right?
Absolutely correct. And we have instances here in Schneider Electric itself. Traditionally, if you look at Schneider Electric in the last probably 7 or 8 years, they've been focused on the single dwelling unit, high-end buildings, high-end smart homes, bungalows, where automation was done for those. And the myth is generally that these are designed for Shah Rukh Khan's residence, Katrina Kaif's or Sachin's house. This is the kind of myth people used to carry, and we had solutions for those kind of applications. But in the last 2 years period, we have taken advantage of those urbanization that is happening and the trends that we are seeing, where you see the middle class is really moving into a large scale into the cities, and we see a lot of developments happening in that particular space. So keeping that in mind and seeing the kind of growth opportunities that is there, and seeing the appetite from the consumers there, is there a company that can give us some automation at an affordable cost by a reputed company, is something that we realized it about 2 years back, and we went back to the drawing table, design table, and looked at what is that the customers would need. We did a kind of a customer survey, looked at different segments, talked to architects, talked to builders, talked to end customers at different age groups and different levels and categories in the consumer side. We took their insights and then came out with a solution which we had developed completely in India with the support of our headquarters. We developed a solution which meets that kind of a need. So that is how we were able to bring the solutions as close to a lakh and a half as an entry model. And then you can build up on based on what you want to control. You want to control automated gates, automatic lawn lights or the spraying of water into the lawn. You can build. Imagination cannot be. You can build anything you want. So we have solutions starting from that up to a complete, fully matured end solution.
Okay. So consumers, clearly the message from Tanek is that it is a made in India, made for India solution that Schneider's marketing in India, and you can start at any point, and you can keep adding elements as you go along, and it will, as you want more and more convenience, you can add more and more elements to your smart solution, and it's not like you have to invest in the whole thing at one go. You can add on as you go along. Am I right, Tanik?
Correct, absolutely.
Okay. We've got Jatin from Delhi who says, is it possible to customize a smart home as per our own needs? Is the facility of customized homes available in India? I think it's adding on to what you just said, if you have anything to add to that answer.
As I said, we have solutions for a single dwelling unit. If it is a single high-end building, we have got a solution which is completely customized for you. The way you want the feel and touch and the screen, the way the app should look is completely customizable.
Okay. I've got Uday here who has 35 lakh to buy an apartment. He says, can I buy a smart home? If so, what kind of smart home can I buy, and how would you like to define a smart home? Tanik, maybe we can give a checklist of things that you should look for if you're looking for a smart home.
Absolutely, we should give that. And like for example, many of the builders today provide smart homes. From their perspective, they look at basic security as a smart home. A video door phone is considered as a smart home. But I think that's basically the security need. But from a Schneider Electric perspective, besides that, we should also look at automating certain electric bulbs or the lighting control, your curtain control. We should automate that and look at occupancy-based sensor specifically for your bathrooms, where people tend to forget switching off the lights after they use the toilet or the bathroom. So you have motion-based sensor where you walk in and it automatically comes on. So we could devise the checklist based on the budget that you have, and we can prepare a solution suiting that budget. And you automate your air conditioners, etc.
Okay. Consumers, we will definitely get back to Tanik, get checklists for different kinds of smart homes, and we'll make those those checklists available to you for future reference as well. We've got Seema Bhattrai from Bengaluru who says, who are the builders, as per your opinion, which are offering the best kind of smart homes in the market, and where? Does it have to be a certain developer offering smart homes in all the buildings, or is it that you have to look at individual specifications in each project?
Some builders provide this as part of their package, which is what they do. And like for example, Prestige in Bangalore does give a solution like that. And then you have a property called Around the Mangoes, which is by GCOP. They provide for some of their facilities a smart home facility. And we are talking to a few builders and developers to look at how we could have this packaged along with their overall offering to their end customer. So we're working on that, but some of the builders have already started offering in Bangalore.
Okay. Okay. There is Usha Mia who says, how frequently do smart accessories need maintenance?
These are electronic devices, and the switches are all designed to operate several thousand clicks. And these are again on the electronic device, so it is like your any app that you have on your mobile phone. It's as simple as that.
Okay. So Usha, as much as your smart phone requires maintenance, that's the kind of maintenance that your smart accessories would require. We've got Namrata who says that as a member of my RWA, I would like to make our society energy efficient. What solutions can you recommend which will benefit us in the long run? So it's like the house, the locality, and the city. So this is the in-between layer that she's talking about. Will it help if consumers get together and purchase for the entire society, which means that there may be economy in numbers or something like that, or is it something that people can think about together? Smart living.
Certainly, it will help if we could. I mean, we could jointly work along with the society there and look at the opportunities that we have, and we could come out with a solution that will make it more efficient and more sustainable for the consumers or the people living there.
Yeah. And Namrata, we would like to say that if you have a further query on this, you can post it to us and we'd be happy to put you in touch with Panik and with Schneider. There is Vikas Kataria from Delhi who says, how do I convert my existing home to smart home? How much will it cost me? I think this query will keep coming up, Panik, if
Absolutely.
you have anything more to add to this. Would you like to quickly give that answer once more?
Yeah, as I said earlier, we have the Wi-Fi based, it's called a Zigbee protocol devices. These are devices which work on Wi-Fi, and these can be installed on the existing home which is there, which is retrofittable, and we can control your lights, your ACs, and your audio video on the curtains. We can do that.
And there is another query. I think this is an addendum to something that you have been saying. What can I do to make my home smart apart from using energy efficient appliances? I think it is the monitoring devices that you're talking about, right, Panik?
Yes, yes.
So consumer energy efficient appliances reduce your energy bills. That's a smart way of reducing the energy cost. You can also integrate, as Panik told us a little earlier, you can integrate solar devices into your smart system so that further reduces your energy consumption and reduces your carbon footprint. A third way of doing it is that when we walk into a room, or when we walk out of a room and we forget to put off the light switches and so on, so there are energy management devices, switches and control systems and so on, which ensure that you only use the amount of energy that you need rather than a larger volume. And these seem like small things, but they go a very long way. Panik, maybe you'd like to tell us that suppose you're intelligently managing your energy requirements. What percentage does the save? Suppose I didn't have any monitoring devices in my house. Once I invest in monitoring devices, what kind of energy efficiency can I expect?
See, I'll just take you through something that you actually said, and I'll add a few more things to it. For example, in today's power distribution or by the power electricity boards, they're looking at a dual tariff mode. That is to encourage people use some of those washing machines or some of the other non-critical loads during the night hours, where the tariff is going to be probably lesser than what you get in the daytime. So if those kind of things come in, you could actually smartly program your washing machine to start doing the washing or the utensils during the night tariff hours. So you straight away save that energy, whatever the slab that they give you. Let's say it is 30% cheaper than the daytime consumption that you do. So you straight away save that much of energy for those utilities. On a thumb rule, which on a generic basis, with all the smart devices connected, and you're able to use that, you're able to capitalize on those features that you have, you could easily save anything between 10 to 20%. Absolutely no problem. And it depends on the load.
That's a big message.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a big message, actually, Panik, that you're giving them, that if you can optimize your energy efficiency by using your smart monitoring systems, you can actually effect a savings of 10 to 20%. That's a big saving for you, and that becomes a tangible saving for you because you made your home smart, and that is only your home. Then think about it: if your locality becomes smart, your city becomes smart. Little by little, you will find that there is efficiency, there is convenience, and there is a system that works at every level. Shall we go to the next question? There is 1 minute. There is Varun Anguralia. Again, I think this is, some of it has been answered, but they want to know. No, I think there is Anand Mathur from Gurgaon who says, in terms of safety, how reliable are smart homes? Are they safe when kids and senior citizens are dealing with them? Which brings me back to that same question. Do you need to be very technology savvy? If it's just children and old people in the house, will these devices function well?
Okay, let me talk about the children. And in today's scenario, you know how your children operate the smart devices and how fast they're able to learn the features of the smart devices. And for some of us, it gets difficult. So for children is not a concern area. They adapt to this so well, and there should not be a problem using this. Addressing the elderly people, we definitely have this option of manual operation. So they could use the manual operation if they find the user interface, the app that we have on the device difficult to use. But the app that we have for smart homes is very, very friendly graphic user interface to the consumer. There are very, very friendly symbols which will indicate to them it is actually like a switch they can see on the app that they have on their smart device, which will help them locate which switch controls which room, or which switch controls the AC or the TV. So it's very simple. It's like, for example, if they want to control the TV channel using the smart device, the same remote function will be seen on their iPad or on the iPhone or an Android tab. Manual option is definitely there.
Right. Now remember that children today are children who are illiterate, who haven't started being educated yet, are very comfortable playing games on your cell phone. That's because it is all driven by icons and not by letters and alphabets and things like that.
Absolutely.
It's the same principle. If your parents or your children see TV on that switch and they press the television, they don't need to be technology savvy to know that. It is just logic, and old people and children are able to relate very well to that. Right, Anik?
Absolutely correct.
Oh. Okay. Now we've got Kalol from Gurgaon who says, what should we adopt from the international market to build smart homes in smart cities?
Can you repeat that, Jayashree? I couldn't hear it clearly.
What should we adopt from international markets? Which means that how are we placed, the solutions that you're offering in India, how different are they from the solutions in the international market so that your smart homes and smart cities become on par with international cities and international homes?
Yeah, so I will address the smart home perspective because that's something that I'm familiar with. As I said, we looked at the consumers here and the requirements here for India and adapted our international technologies or technologies that is used outside, suiting our needs here. But the basic foundation or the basic pillar is from the global platform.
Yeah, so which means that the solutions that you're offering to the Indian market is very much in line with your global solutions. It's just customized to the requirements of the Indian market, right?
Absolutely correct.
Okay. Now, there is somebody who's talking about what can I do to make my home, the energy efficient appliances. You know that there are the Bureau of Energy Efficiency codes,
correct.
And you are buying appliances which match those codes, and that is being promoted in a very big way. Along with that, if you have intelligent monitoring systems, how do you integrate the two?
See, one is that, as I said, if the future of the cities is going to be very, very, tight because more people are going to move in cities. So, which means to build a new infrastructure will be very, very difficult, or to build a new, let's say, power infrastructure would cost something very, very high. So, by adding, these energy efficient products into the home or into the buildings or into the city, you're actually cutting down the energy consumed from the existing grid itself. So that is a big contribution that you do by going in for those 5-star rated products, which is the most energy efficient products. So that is one way of helping the energy consumption down. And then it's smartly using this on and off in the manner that you want to use them without wastage of energy through this smart home app that you have will help you further save energy. So that is how it will help you contribute to saving energy.
Right. The BE appliances allow you to save energy, and by putting a layer of monitoring systems between that and you, what you're doing is you're further enhancing its efficiency more than what just buying those appliances will do for you. Anahita says, she's from Bengaluru, and she says, how can we as citizens help make the smart city initiatives? By investing in making our homes smart, are we contributing to the smart city scheme at all?
Yes, certainly. By as Jayashree touched upon it earlier, everything that you start doing it at your home by using smart, smart appliances, smart homes to control your home convenience, comfort, safety, and also the energy. By doing this, you actually smart homes will contributed, smart buildings contribute to the smart city. Your smart traffic management contributes to the smart city. So all these pillars will contribute to become the city smarter.
Okay. There is Manoj who says, how are green homes different from smart homes?
See, as you build a home smarter and save energy, you basically reduce your carbon emission and your energy consumption. So you make that building more sustainable and contribute towards the green building. But green building is a separate topic by itself. It goes beyond the smart home. It goes into construction, the orientation, the kind of material that you need, the kind of glasses you need to do. The topic is much, much wider.
Right. There is one very interesting question that has come from consumer. I don't know whether you want to take this one. It's Shrishita who says that the 100 Smart Cities project and the digitization plan will play a crucial role in transforming Indian cities. Schneider is pushing for orders on the technological side and focusing on new segments such as data centers, water segment, railways, and food and beverages. Are there new products from Schneider to create a smart city and which will eventually help the consumer? So what they're really saying is that Schneider is actually working at the city level as well, and you're creating data centers and so on. Now, will what you're doing within your home, is that also in some small micro way a data center driven exercise? Is that what you're doing?
I didn't get that clearly, Jayashree.
When Schneider helps cities become smart, you are actually creating data centers and you're using the data to make predictions on how the city will behave and find solutions. Similarly, when you automate your home, are you actually banking the data and then trying to figure out whether there are solutions available for that consumer also? Is it the same principle?
Not too sure. I don't have a right. I mean, I don't know how to answer this. But just to I don't know if this answer will help that particular question. There is a business unit within Schneider which focuses on the smart cities. And do this, and the smart cities is something that we have done it in other countries already.
Yeah.
And so we use those practices there, I mean, learnings from there, and I've been in discussions with some of the key people in the smart cities space, and certainly are working on some of those areas. But I don't know if I've answered the question clearly.
It is, actually, Tanik, maybe even if we don't have answers to all the queries, it's interesting to know how consumers are correlating the smart city to the smart home. What Anahita is asking, or Rishika, I think, is asking is, there's data capture at the city level. There's data capture and analysis of that data capture helps you understand how that will function. But when it comes to the home, do you necessarily need to capture the data, bank the data, and does the system intelligently figure out what the solutions are? There is no direct answer to that, Rishika. Today, when you invest in monitoring systems for your house, that is pre-programmed to figure out that if there is nobody in the room, the intensity of the light can be low. If there's, if you, the flow of water or the resources that you use are optimized, and it is programmed to optimize the use of your resources according to your usage. But does it store the data and analyze it for the future? Maybe not today. But once your home, your locality, and your city are all conjoined together, which we hope will happen in India very soon, then what will happen is all this data, whether it is at the individual level, the locality level, or the city level, will be useful for some massive master planning exercise, so that you will be able to ensure that everyone, down to the last level, the right level of resources are given to you. But today, is that happening? I don't think so. I think it is a far cry today. If you can make your, first what we need is for people to understand that making your home smart, living smartly means that technology is available to you. Try and use that to get tangible benefits, which is your energy savings and so on, and also intangible benefits, because the quality of your life goes up significantly. You don't need to think about comfort. Comfort comes to you because of an intelligence that your automation has. Let's go on to the next question. There is Chandan who says, who are the buyers of smart homes? Also, can you suggest few smart security features that I can install, and can also feature it as the USP of my home when I need to resell? Now, Thanik, would you like to answer that query?
Yes, from a security perspective, we have solutions which talks about the video door phone. So you have again varieties of features there which lets you could be just an audio communication before you open the door, either through a remote, through an app, or through manual operation. Then you have these IP cameras where we could install it. For example, but today there are parents. I mean, the couples go to work and they leave the children with the nanny at home. If you want to monitor that, what's happening to your child, and is it being monitored? The child being taken care well while both the the couples are at the workspace. They could actually remotely monitor that, sitting from their office, and see what is happening in their home. So let's say there are elderly parents, and you would want to know what happens to them when you're not at the home, and you could actually, at a regular or frequent intervals, you could have a look at them, monitor them. So these are features that can be built onto these smart homes, and these can be monitored, as I said, can be monitored through a smart device from anywhere.
I think there is one element when you leave your children or your old parents back home. Is there also an alarm system where if the elderly person is in distress, or if a child is in distress, can you get an alarm through your automation system?
See,
alert you that something is not quite right.
Absolutely. Today there are a couple of devices that is available in the market. Like for example, there are certain health bands that are available for the parents, wherein the heartbeat or some pulse goes below this level or goes beyond a particular level, it automatically triggers an SMS or an alert to any of the devices. So we could take that as an input and integrate it into our app, so that if there's a trigger, if there's an abnormal condition for the parents, or even to for the child under stress, there could be some signals, devices where we can integrate it into our app. We could do that. That's a possibility.
Okay, that would spell a lot of comfort to a lot of people who leave small children or elderly parents behind and go off to work. Now we are into our last query. We are almost at 3 o'clock. At 4 o'clock. the last query is from Manas Sharma, who says, are smart homes limited to smart equipment, or is it about optimum utilization of space as well? If yes, what is your opinion about convertible homes?
So it's relating to smart home, and the question that I understand is that it's basically relating to smart space as well.
Smart space as well.
Okay. This is just about connecting to the smart appliances and controlling those at your home. So we don't really work on the smart space.
Right. Manas, smart space is something that we have actually brought a couple of experts, and we will continue to bring more experts to you. You see, there are many elements of living smart, and Magic Bricks is trying to join the dots. Living in a smart city is a smart thing. Living in a home that is energy efficient is also smart. Living in one that optimizes your space is also smart. And we have brought various experts who have been addressing these issues over the past month and a half. Today, the reason why we brought Thanik is because he brings a very critical aspect of smartness into the whole thing. How can you monitor your energy consumptions or your comfort levels, and how can you actually take comfort and energy conservation for granted because you have invested in a monitoring system. And Thanik, thank you so much for joining us. It was a very, very interesting session, and the level of user participation through this was mind-blowing. People have so many queries about smart. It's a new feature, and we would hope that if more queries come to us, we will definitely get Thanik to come back and answer some more queries to you.
Thank you so much, Jayashree, and please feel free to connect with me anytime regarding the smart home query. And even on the smart city, I will certainly put it across to the right member in my team so that that could be also addressed. Thanks a lot for this session.
Thank you. Over to you, Neha.
Yeah, thanks for the insightful presentation. I'm really thankful to our guest speakers for conducting this webinar session. It was indeed a great session. I would also like to thank all our participants for the support in making this webinar a success. The recording of this session will be available on Magic Bricks by tomorrow. This is Neha Nagpal, the moderator of the session, signing off. Thank you all.
Thank you and have a great day.